Right, so tonight I decided to go on Decibel magazine to see what news there is in the metal world. And I see this story for, and sorry, I wanna pronounce it like shit. Fulci's ripping new album, Dogface Killings. And Decibel has an exclusive vinyl fit going out now. I read this story already, and I heard the preview track that they had on Bandcamp for this album, and it is very gore related, horror story related, brutal death metal, very heavy, and it's like type of like old moose do it type of like brutal death metal stuff that is like you can understand it, but only if you have like a trained ear. But at the same time, you know, a book mightn't really help you out that much. But I was able to like understand it and everything. I really love this artwork right here. That is so fucking cool. Let's see what else is in the news. I know you see the Slayer one here, and I did read it already, and I agree for the most part about this article. It's just he said that how. Let me see, let me find it. Alright, it did. Take forever to read. Shona Mercy has some unnecessary baggage, while Slayer has always reviled religion, authority, and quoted the dark side. The satanic shtick never worked, except it did. They still kind of use it now, especially on the album artwork. And the massive spike on bands were also a distraction. Which fucking metalhead would think that's a distraction? If anything, they is the one who set the whole spikes in metal scene. But you know, to each their own, I guess. Full album street. Gorgatron, sentence revoked. Need a dose of brutality? North Dakotaton death dealers Gorgatron have just the thing. Sentence revoked. Their brand new album and fourth overall, following 2022 EP Agony Reborn. Gorgatron doubled down on the qualities that made them stand out in the first place: heavy brutality, technicality in the right spots, and a lean approach to songwriting. It works like a charm, and you can hear Sentence Revoked a day before its official release right now. Well, that's great. Should I take a little listen and tell you guys what I think? Well, yeah, okay, let's listen to this one. Right, well, that kinda reminded me of Cannibal Corpse, but sometimes it was a little bit faster, sometimes it was a little bit slower, but yeah, I dig their sound, man. I will check them out later on. Let's see what the article has to say about it. Conceptually, Sentence Revoked explores a hypothetical scenario where authorities evaluate our mental utilization, which ponders the question, what if losing your ability to think was a consequence of not using your time and knowledge wisely? Well, I know a group of people where that would be a good thing to happen to them. But, you know, I don't want to get political on this channel. This concept aligns with the darker theme we aim for in the album. This album invites you to immerse yourself in its artwork, lyrics, and cohesive song from start to finish. Each song feeds off the other, creating a thought-provoking mood for listeners to digest. Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely figured that out when I was listening to that song just now. Sonically, the album offers insight into the band members' mental journey post-pandemic and after relentless touring for the past 2 years. Wow. Yes, I completely haven't realized how mentally taxing it could be on tour. Especially if you went from like, okay, you're doing nothing for so long because of like the pandemic, and then as soon as like pandemic then okay, back to fucking work, okay, cool. Okay, now work super chat, okay, fuck. What the fuck? So much fucking thing happening, shit, should we do this? We have to practice, we have to do. Like I completely like I should have like known that, but then again I'm not in a band. But like yeah, that could really be mentally taxing. From all over G-Tron, we truly appreciate all of our supporters and friends. We're beyond lucky to travel the globe playing our brand of death metal. No gimmicks, no trend cashing, no bullshit. Just 5 friends having fun in the name of death metal and rock and roll. We're lifers until the day we die. Cheers. If you have a soft spot for Suffocation, Cannibal Corpse, and other American staples, and yes, Suffocation is the next band that I love. And you will see that when I do like either part 2 or part 3 on my CD collection whenever I get around to that. You'll find a lot to love on Sentence Revoked. Check it out below and grab a copy via Redefining Darkness. I will check this album out, and I recommend to all 5 of my followers that you check it out too. Alright. Should we do just one more article? I love like through this magazine and all too again to like introduce to like bands, like newer bands. It's similar to like when I started hanging out with my cousin, when I started hanging out with him again. He started like, well, I already knew what metal I was into. He just expanded my library on it because he introduced me to so much of those bands that were in my field, my kind of thing, you know. Because of Bloodbath, I thought about Bloodbath because of him, because I love Cannibal Corpse. It's like, yeah, that's my style of brutal death metal. Give it to me. Give it to me now. I like the artwork on this, so let's check it out. Full album stream, Hyperdontia, Harvest of Malevolence. If you like death metal, you probably like Hyperdontia. I'm pretty sure I'm botching that, so sorry. The international outfit first came to prominence with their debut album Nexus of Teeth, released via Dark Descent in 2018, and quickly established a reputation for making vicious, no frills death metal. Sound like my kind of thing, like extremely brutal death metal. Alright. Further homing that sound on a handful of smaller releases and second LP, Hideous Entity, Hyperdontia then followed up with a split EP and live record before working on their third record, Harvest of Malevolence, which you can stream below ahead of its release this weekend. So let's check out one song from that, and I'll give you my opinion on that song afterwards. Let's go with... Wow, I always go in fucking middle. Okay, let me just pick the Famed Flesh. Yes. Hell fucking yeah, man. That is my fucking kind of brutal death metal. Like, fucking very deep, dark growls, muffled growls, and intense like blast beats and like boom 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 boom. That is my fucking shit. So let me continue reading this fucking article, man. Once again, clocking in at a lean 8 tracks. Harvest of Malevolence moves briskly and with force. Hyperdontia have never been a band for things like intros or ambient and interludes, and this hasn't changed. Starting immediately, an album opener, Death's Embrace, and empowering straight through Closer, Servant to a Crippled God. Hyperdontia are a riff machine. Yes, they are very much a riff machines. They have this is how brutal death metal is. It's like it's brilliantly nice. It's just like boom 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 boom, just like hitting you in your head like real hard, right? We continue to be more dynamic, more aggressive song structure that we started with the Range EP with this album. Hyperdontia explained. Although it is not a radical change, the general structure of this album is more energetic than the first two albums and allows you to taste something from every era of death metal. Our aim is not to offer anyone something brand new with this album, but to present a good example that we also enjoy playing and listening to, and that's true, right? But good bands are ones that enjoy listening and playing as well. Any more time spent reading, it's time that you should spend listening to Harvest of Malevolence. If you like what you hear, you can score physical editions via Dark Descent and Misako Unojo, right? So I'm going to open you there, and I'm going to put you in death metal, in brutal death metal. There we go. Well, that's it for this video. Laters.
Chew us up, spit us out. You know what you're breeding. Lost aggressive, yeah. Push us back.